Hey everybody, AcedTyler here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. In the last episode, we got the Angler Key from the Yarna Desert, and in this episode, if you recall in the last episode, I did say that there is actually a special exclusive dungeon for the Link's Awakening DX, which we're going to be going to before we head over to the next dungeon, of course. Because, of course, that's just one thing we need. And now that we have the Pegasus boots, we just ran into this, and we'll totally not read this book. Yes, actually, I do want to read this book. New World of Color Under the 5 Gravestones. 3 up, 4 right, 5 up, 2 left, 1 down. Try with all your might. Open a new path. Whoever is worthy receives the power of color. I wonder what the world of color is. Ooh. Well, to the gravestone we go, because, I mean, I want to check out this mysterious world of color. So, yes, in the DX version, they have an exclusive dungeon, well, just for this version, which, of course, they actually do bring back in the Switch version. And that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is called the Color Dungeon. And it basically exists because, for one thing, since the DX version came out not too long after the Game Boy Color was manufactured and released there, it was mainly done just to test out the Game Boy Color's color technology, just for all that there, just to make sure the color stuff works, and that's why they have the Color Dungeon there. And of course, they decided to make that a dungeon, and now it's entirely optional though. But if you go through that dungeon, then there's a neat little reward for us that we're going to be receiving. It's going to be very useful to us. First, we do want to get rid of these Guineas though, because well, they do take such a long time to just go down pretty easily, because they do take a lot of hits. But we're gonna get some that will just mitigate all that. So once he's down, then we'll just go ahead and just head through. And of course, once you go through the just touch the gravestones, they actually more of the Guineas will actually come out. So I do want to just go ahead and get those out of the way first. So anyways, let me see here. All right, so what I'm doing right now is that if you just I can't speak today. Oh, there's another Guinea. Pay close attention to what the book says, or just try to look at a better guide. You do need to push the gravestones in that kind of particular order. They're not thankfully randomized though, so it's going to be like the same kind of order. But yeah, let's push several of those gravestones, and then we'll push that one there, and then we push this one up there. And let's just ignore that. I just want to go to the dungeon. Alright, so, welcome to the Color Dungeon. We talk to these guys here. Our colors are never the same. If I am red, he is blue. If he is red, I am blue. What color is my cloth? It's blue, of course. Don't tell anyone. Do you have the powder? If not, you must go back. Yeah, you actually do need power for this one. He really isn't getting when he said that. If I'm red, he is blue. If he is red, I am blue. What color is my cloth? It's, red. Don't tell anyone. Any more questions that you're gonna ask me?
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue, so there we go. Alright, so, now that's out of the way, and alright, so welcome once and for all to the Color Dungeon, and some new enemies here. These are the, these are the Camo Goblins. They also do come in different colors, actually, as a matter of fact, pretty much a lot of the enemies and a lot of the puzzles, they are all color-based. So yeah, it definitely is a kind of a role color there. Also, listen closely. That music sounds absolutely familiar, doesn't it? Well, maybe not this part of the section, but you actually heard it before. Yes, this is a remix of the dungeon theme from Zelda 1. So, yeah, wow, it feels like I'm playing Zelda 1 again, or just doing a Let's Play. And this puzzle here, you have to make sure all the statues for the colors match, and they also all have to be blue, and not really so much as red, even if they do match. Just make sure they're all blue, because even when the owl statue will say that, here's your clue, make all the red blue. Yeah, because, just had to rhyme. And also, if you, there's another bombable wall here, so let's go and bomb that one. There's a neat little prize for us. Look at that! Look at all the rubies here! Yay! Rubies! They're all mine! We're definitely gonna need those because, well, for one thing, we're gonna need to save all that for the bow and arrow since we don't want to steal from it this time, unless you want to get all the photos there. But yeah, I gotta say, I really do like this remix of the main dungeon theme from Zelda 1. It's really a nice little callback there. I like it. So I do want to say, in order to actually play through the Color Dungeon, you actually do have to play this game. Well, I mean, if you have the Link's Awakening DX cartridge, you actually have to you have to play this game on either in actual Game Boy Color or on the Game Boy Advance, because of its backwards compatibility. Because like even though the DX version actually can be played on the original Game Boy, unfortunately because they can actually recognize what color it is. So if you do play this on the original Game Boy, you won't be able to play through the color dungeon because you actually do need to like it needs to recognize that you're just seeing the actual colors there. So there's that little tidbit there. Also, those enemies here are called the Bone Putters. They can fly, but once you knock them down, they'll just hop around. But they also do drop bombs, so you want to be careful of them. Here's your clue: make all the red blue. Okay, yeah, let's make some blue. Wait, you're saying like Blue's Clues, aren't you? Fascinating. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so make sure that, yeah, if you want to play the Color Dungeon, make sure you're playing this on, like I said, an actual Game Boy Color or the Game Boy Advance. And, of course, I am playing this on the 3DS Virtual Console, and it's always going to be, like, the default Game Boy Color mode. Because, yeah, like I was saying, if you're playing this on the original Game Boy, you won't be able to play the Color Dungeon, because it has to recognize that's the Color one. Or, like, either the original Game Boy or the Super Game Boy, because playing the DX version on the original Game Boy, it's gonna play exactly like the vanilla game. So yeah, so you want to play this, just make sure you're playing those actual consoles. And like I said, they do bring this back in the Switch version, so that I'm actually thankful for, because, well, you know, there's that neat little reward for you. All right, and so we have one of these mini bosses here. We have the giant buzz blob, and so yeah. Basically, like all the other buzz blobs, just use the magic power on him and then just slash him away with your sword. But yeah, that's actually where the powder really does come into play, and you want to make sure that you do have the powder with you, because those red and blue skeleton guys, they actually they are right. You do need the powder for this dungeon. And now we have the Nightmare's key, so we can open the door to the Nightmare's lair. So yeah, it's actually it's a pretty short dungeon. So of course you know, it's not gonna be it's not like insanely difficult or anything. It's, you know, it doesn't really take that long if you just know where you're going. It's kind of straightforward in a way. So so yeah, what else? Yeah, there was actually something else I was gonna say, but I forgot what it was. I think it had something to do with you know, with how the color dungeon comes into play. Yeah, I can't really think of anything. Actually, I do want to like get this out of the way. Also, I do want to apologize if for that little delay there. This is actually my second recording attempt though, because for one thing, when I did my first recording, for some reason there was no audio playing. And it turns out, like, I didn't even touch anything, but my 3DS capture settings, it had the recording audio off for some reason, even though I never really touched it. So I had to go and fix that, so now I can be able to hear the sound. Second reason, I actually had to go through Hurricane Ian. Yeah, because if you guys probably haven't known, yeah, Hurricane Ian has passed through, and of course I really do hope all the others would be safe there, because I was actually in the on the area where Hurricane Ian was on his track. And what a greedy fool! You want more power? A buffoon like you might as well give up and go home. No, I don't want to. So this here is Avalanche, and you can actually slash him just by his you know, his stone size, but he can be pretty tricky though, because every time he'll just jump up, and once he slams on the ground, you will get stun locked, even if you try to use a rock slither, and he will hurl these boulders at you. So you want to do some sword swipes, of course. Well, I mean the spin attack, because it'll just take more damage. You want to just get the stun over with it, so it can be a little bit difficult there. So anyway, so yeah, that's the other reason for my little delay there, because because of Hurricane Ian. It just, you know, had to come through, and so I was in the area where, you know, in Florida where it was coming through. And we ended up losing power for well, yesterday actually. Yeah, for a few hours we had no power at all, and so we had to rely on just like whichever we had. But thankfully, though, later on in the day we got the power back, and so we had the Wi-Fi turned back on, and so everything's back to normal, and so we're all good to go. And so I can be able to go back to doing some recording. So yeah, I'm alive though, so that's actually one thing. So yeah, don't worry, folks. I'm still alive. I'm all good to go, and so everything's back to the way it was. But yeah, hopefully everybody has marked themselves safe from the hurricane. God damn, I just can't speak today. What the hell's wrong with me? All right, so this is also a bit of a tricky puzzle here. So yeah, of course, like always, make all the red blue. Um, yeah, you might have to do a few things for those, but yeah, this is actually how you do it though. Right up ahead will lead up to the boss's lair, but I had to backtrack a bit there because there's some other things I missed, and of course I do need some more small keys though because I can't really get through without any of them. So yeah, I had to just go back and oh hey, I avoided that piece of power there. Yeah, piece of power. Oh yeah, we got the dungeon map. So yeah, that's actually one thing I almost missed there, so I had to just go back and get this once. Yeah, I haven't really talked about this puzzle though. Yeah, just make sure you slash them first, and then you just throw them into their holes with as long as the color matches. So that's one thing you do want to make sure. And of course, yeah, you can even just throw those orbs at the others like that there. So yeah, like I said, it's not really too hard of a dungeon that you can do. And so yeah, we'll just see what the nice little reward is. Alright, so I was going to grab that small key, and then we'll go ahead and proceed onwards. I was actually going to just get more pots, so, and, you know what I should have done? I should have just gone back over to Crazy Tracy and get that secret potion, but I never really got to. But, you know, we're going to be getting something that will regularly take us to Crazy Tracy's house, so I'll be doing that every time. Because, especially in the later half of the game, I'm definitely going to need that. Well, you know, especially if I want to just go through the whole game without dying, just to get the secret ending for this game. But we should be just about almost done with this dungeon here. And there we go. There's the boss door, and so let's go ahead and click the switch, and then we'll just head on upwards. And for this one, you're gonna need make sure you equip the AcedTyler because here we are. Blue is safe, yellow is caution, red is danger. All right, so here we have the hard-hit beetle, and for this boss, what you do is that you actually have to constantly slash him because his default phase will be blue, and so you want to constantly slash him for him to change color all the way until red, and then once it gets to the red, then that's when he'll be just about defeated. But watch out for the salvos too, and also these little things that were fidget spinners that he just spits out there. But after that, then, yeah, he should be good to go. But yeah, it's also recommended to use the rock sword against him. And so after he's done, and there's the fairy. And see what the reward is. Welcome, Link. I admire you for coming this far. I will give you the power of color. If you want offense, choose red. If you want defense, choose blue. Which power do you want? All right, so yes, she'll actually give you some new tunics there, some new clothes. I'm gonna go for the red actually because I like having more attack power. But if you're more of the defensive type, then you just then you just pick the blue tunic. Yeah, body is full of energy. Because yeah, the blue tunic will actually won't let you take as much damage. But of course, if you're bloodthirsty like me, then just go for the red tunic, and that's actually what I always go for at every single one of my playthroughs of Link's Awakening because you know I always do enjoy going for offense, and you know it makes things a lot quicker and easier for me, honestly. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for. Just to go for the red, just you know, for the sake of offense, because you know I'm always all for the offense there. I'm always kind of guy for more attack power. But yeah, that was it. That was the color dungeon, and so that was the reward that you get. It's very worth it. It very much helps a lot. So yeah, if you want to go through the color dungeon, make sure you play as well. You know, I've already said this enough times, but yeah, just make sure you play on the correct consoles. I don't know if this does apply to like even after you do pick up the tunic. I don't know if it applies if you go back to playing on the original Game Boy. If it actually does carry over, I don't even know, but. But yeah, that's what you can do, and yeah, that actually kind of breaks the game. Actually, we pick up the piece of power than it does break the game. So yeah, and that should do it. So that's it for this video. So next time on Let's Play Link's Awakening, we're going to go over to the next dungeon and you know just make some more progress and yeah, there. So until next time, see you guys later.